The All People's Congress Party is on high gear for the 2023 elections, but there is a but, as Alfred Conteh, who was the one-time chairman of the committee that was established by Justin Adrian Fisher, has just described the just concluded Makeni convention of the party, where Dr. Samuel Kamara and other national officers were elected as illegal. According to Alfred Conteh, the convention did not go through the right procedure, and as far as he is concerned, he still sees himself as the chairman of the committee. Well, we have in the studio Alfred Conteh himself. Welcome to the program, Alfred Conteh.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. You were not in Makeni. You were conspicuously absent, while other members of the ITGC committee and, for example, the secretary to that committee, Honorable Abdul Kagbo, and other members were visible and they were active, but you were conspicuously absent. Why did you not attend the convention in Makeni?
Well, it's simple. I'm a very law-abiding citizen of this country. During the convention, the ITGC, which is, by the way, still a legitimate body tasked to govern the affairs of the APC, was under an injunction. So because of that injunction, I cannot be in the Makeni convention.
But a court and a judge gave the orders to the party to go ahead with its convention. Do you think that the judge made a mistake?
Well, I don't know if that's appropriate to use that word, that the judge made a mistake, but we look at the legality. Now, when you have a situation, the Sierra Leone High Court, for instance, one particular judge gave final judgment. He gave specific orders. And then later on, another judge at the same level came back and basically change those orders or vary those orders. It's not legal. You have to first of all vacate the existing orders before you can give new orders. So that's the reason why everything that was done in Makeni is not legal.
So now, don't you think the judge who gave the order, is it Hanaboni also?
Hanaboni,
yeah. Justice, that the judge who gave that order must have understood what you are saying now. So do you think she acted outside her powers? She did something that was illegal?
It's not for me to say. I'm telling you what.
But that's what you're insinuating now, that she did something that was illegal.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we have a judgment that gives us, the ITGC, the powers to go and maintain or organize or overall be in charge of the overall activities of the APC until this body, the ITGC, conducts the National Delegate Conference. So anything that came out that is contrary to those final judgments in this Sierra Leone judiciary is considered illegal.
So did you challenge that in court?
I did already.
So how was the status of the matter?
Well, we're not allowed to talk on matters that are ongoing, but I want the world to know that I have asked legal questions. It's good also for the APC. We need to know. We don't just want to go down and end up in a ditch. Are we in the right path? So these are the questions we pose to the Sierra Leone High Court.
But, as far as the party is concerned, the party has elected its flag bearer and other national officers. They now have a national executive, a chairman, deputy chairman, and also secretary general and what have you. They are running the affairs of the party from all the way line. Where are you running the party from?
Well, like I said, I'm injuncted.
Mm.
So you cannot run the party when you're injuncted.
And there should be no vacuum.
Well, they were injuncted. They told us we're injuncted until, and we don't know when the judge will come over and basically lift the injunction. So that's why I went and asked for an extension already to the original judge that gave us those orders.
An extension for what?
So we can execute the orders that he gave us.
Which orders?
To go in, run the overall affairs of the APC until National Delegates Conference.
So as far as you are concerned, what happened in Makeni was not a delegates conference?
Well,
even the body that regulates political parties, PPRC, was there, and they certified the outcome of the convention. Since the convention ended,
do you have the letter of certification from the PPRC? You said they certified it.
Of course, PPRC was there.
Did they certify?
PPRC has given a clean bill of health to the convention.
Where is it?
I can't give it to you now, but PPRC has certified the convention. Are you denying that?
All I'm saying to you is, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the law goes, you're talking of expediency. I'm talking of legality. It is illegal, everything that was done, and I believe legality always wins.
When last did you visit the party office?
I don't actually remember exactly.
So how can you see yourself as an effective member of a party and you still see yourself as a chairman when you can't even visit the party office?
No, I don't. I never told you I can't visit the party office.
No, I mean you said you can't even remember you visited the office.
No,
so that means you can't visit the office.
I think you came with this party office visitation as a premise to discountenance me. But you know for sure that even if I have to live in here, I can go to the party office. So visiting the party office does not mean anything at this moment. We're under injunction, and that injunction has to be lifted.
So in your own view, for now, there is a vacuum. Nobody wants the party for now?
As far as I'm concerned, I am still the legitimate chairman of the All People's Congress Party. The thing you refer to as convention is a coronation. Okay? We started with the lower level elections. I came in and I said APC is for all. Every Sierra Leonean have the right to join this party if they meet the following criteria or the stipulated criteria. So at the end of the day, these people came in and said, no, it's going to be lists. They started calling names of people. They registered disenfranchising other people. How could you do a registration where you have maybe 600, 700 people in line, and you come out with a list and start calling by name to register? And those are the people that voted those executive in. So at the end of the day, we all know there's no way somebody like Kemosise will have 10 delegates in a convention where everybody participated.
Well, it was a secret ballot. So, I mean, it is not the name that matters, but those people who voted, who they wanted to vote for.
I'm saying to you...
In a secret ballot, you don't know who people vote for.
I'm saying to you, it was a coronation. It was all pre-planned, and they went in and execute.
I mean, the lower level you spoke about. In each stage, there are certain petitions, and the petitioners went to the PPRC, and PPRC gave its ruling, and in some instances, some rerun were held, or that PPRC upheld the results. So are you also insinuating that PPRC did a bad job?
I'm not insinuating anything. Are you
confirming?
I'm speaking of reality.
So you are confirming that PPRC did a bad job?
I'm speaking of reality.
What's the reality?
Yes, people filed petitions. The PPRC, after the ward elections, we had 446 wards. The PPRC alone received 127 petitions. I, as the chairman, most people didn't know where to send their petitions. So they sent me so many. I even don't know how many. But if we put it all together, we're saying more than half of the people were not happy with the outcome of those elections. So some people sent it to me. Some people sent their petition to the chairman of the TIIEMC, the person in charge of the elections, and some sent to PPRC. So it was widely discredited by the people.
But PPRC investigated,
and
in some instances they called for a rerun, and in others they gave a clean bill of health. And PPRC is the legitimate body that regularizes political parties in Senegal.
So let me go into the nitty-gritty. The PPRC, even the petitions that came to them, only the ones addressed to the chairman, PPRC, were the ones that were countenanced. So it's not about what they did and what they didn't.
But you don't have the powers. I mean, neither the Constitution nor your party Constitution give you the power to look at petitions and give rule. It is PPRC that solely has that power.
No.
Well, you have that power.
Yes, you missed it. We have what we call the rules. The ruling that came out from Justice Adrian Fisher gave us the first assignment was to promulgate the rules for the lower level elections. In the rules that we promulgated, the APC, us, will have to look at petitions, not the PPRC. And that's the rule we went by.
Can you quote me that section of what you are saying now that gives you the power to look at petitions, rule or overrule them? I want to see that section of your party constitution.
No, it's in our rules. The rules we promulgated.
Can you show us now? We are on TV now, so that the viewers can know exactly.
I don't have it. I don't have it with me. It's a job to go.
No, well, the reason I'm asking that question because
yes, I cannot come
all
here.
Political parties, aggrieved members don't go to the chairman of the party. They go to PPRC. Because PPRC is
aggrieved for what? Aggrieved for what? When you're aggrieved with an election at the lower level, do you go to the PPRC? You quoted the PPRC. Can you tell me where it's at in the PPRC Act that you should go to the PPRC for lower level elections?
That is what the law says.
No,
I can't give you an exact quotation, but the law gives PPRC that power. For example, when national elections are held, when parties are, where they go to the court, they don't go to.
So let me say this about the PPRC. We went to the PPRC when we started the reformation. We thought the PPRC is the appropriate body to handle it.
Is it not the appropriate body?
Hold on. We thought. We went there and they came back with a letter telling us that they cannot handle the situation. We should go to the court. Just like they did with all these petitions. At the end they tell them, you can go to court if you're not satisfied with what we're doing. So at the end of the day, the notion that the PPRC will handle everything is not 100% accurate. So they told us, even my letter, I wrote them a letter, I think 3 pages or 2 pages, asking questions leading to the convention. At the end of the day, the PPRC wrote me a letter, a paragraph, just one small paragraph, saying whatever I'm asking for is outside your purview to handle. So in other words, go to court. So at the end of the day, you can see why taking the PPRC's position as the holy grail of all what we're talking about is not appropriate. In this situation that we're in, we put in the rules. We even have, I think, 5 days to handle petitions. But because of time, PPRC did what they could to help the party. But all I'm saying is the expediency of time does not legitimize it. We cannot say, because of time, let's move on. I'm saying, because of time, yes, but at the same time, as a party, as a responsible party, we have to cross our T's and dot our I's. So at the end of the day, somebody don't go back and make everything that we've done fruitless.
Okay, he is Alfred Peter Conteh. Well, I don't know how to describe him. As far as the APC party is concerned, they say you are former chairman of the ITGC.
No, I am the chairman.
Okay, he is Alfred Peter Conteh. That's all I can say for now. The program is a podium coming to you from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Other members of the ITGC were also in attendance in Makeni. Did they seek a blessing? Did they get your approval before they went to Makeni?
Well, I told you why I didn't go, because I'm law abiding.
So what about,
I was
were they not law abiding?
Well, I'm just saying why I didn't go. In the ITGC, people know that. This is a known fact. It's the 9 and the 12. So the 12 went and the 9 never did.
Okay. So the 12 went to Makeni?
Yes. So we decided to follow the law and wait for the injunction.
Okay. Now, we also saw prominent aspirants. They took part in the convention, they recognized the outcome, and as far as they are concerned, the outcome was credible, the process was free, fair, and transparent. What would you say about that?
Again, I'm not going to speak for them. It's up to them. If that's what they feel or that's what they think, it's up to them. As far as I am concerned, the ITGC on the 28th April 2022 ruling, which is also called the final judgment of this Sierra Leone High Court, says the ITGC is in charge of the overall affairs of the party on to the NDC until we conduct the NDC. So the whole process, whatever transpires.
So are you going to conduct your own NDC?
I'm not conducting my own. I'm conducting the legitimate NDC.
When?
Well, we're waiting for the injunction to be lifted.
When is that going to be lifted?
I don't know. It's up to the Sierra Leone judiciary. In fact, there's something...
So what if the injunction is not lifted and June 24 comes and your party takes part in the election?
So I called it injustice. That's the textbook definition of injustice.
Injustice by who? By the judiciary? By the judge?
Definitely.
Do you trust the judge? Do you trust Justice Fisher?
It's not about whom I trust. I believe Lady Justice is blind, and I intend to see justice. So holding this matter back, there's a saying that delayed justice delayed is justice denied.
Are you not a one-man soldier in this fight?
No.
Have you not been left in the cold?
No. It's just that I'm the one that
even the 9 men you said didn't go to Makeni, some of them did contest for positions. No. For example, your PRO, what's his name again? Abdul Karim also. He contested for the public affairs position of the APC.
So this is what happened.
And he's part of your 9-man team, isn't he?
This is what happened. In the convention hall, they decided what names to add and what names not to add. So the reason we came out having nobody from the entire eastern region in the executive is because one of my 9 people aspired for the deputy chairman position. And by all indication, based on the result that came out of there, his name was not on the ballot. You understand?
Why?
Well, I don't know.
Did he meet the criteria?
No, it's a pick and choose. It's a pick and choose.
But there were laid down criteria that people were expected to meet.
No, well,
found out whether he met the criteria.
So if we decided to follow the criteria, they came out with a press release earlier, and in that press release, his name was there. So which means he met the criteria that they set forth.
I mean, how do you see Dr. Samura for now?
Dr. Samura is a comrade, very nice man, gentleman, and I believe he has the economic know-how to interpret economic situations. But I cannot tell you anything.
Do you see him as a flag bearer of the APC?
Well, to me, he's an aspirant.
An aspirant?
Yes, he's an aspirant, just like the others. We have to create a level playing field. We have to have what it takes. So as it is right now, the legality of the matter is what I'm holding.
Well, he is the one that is being discussed with. Take, for example, recently the British Foreign Secretary was in Sierra Leone, and he met with Dr. Samuel Kamara. He did not meet with him as an aspirant. He met with him as a flag bearer and leader of your party. So if such a high-profile international figure such an international figure can come to Sierra Leone and meet with Dr. Samuel Kamara as a flag bearer of the APC, what does that tell you?
Well, I don't think you know that for a fact, that he was met in that capacity.
Didn't you see the pictures?
Seeing the pictures, one. A lot of people, I know Madame Nenette Touré took picture with him. Did she meet?
They had a meeting.
No, I'm just saying, did other people meet in any capacity? You don't know that.
So what capacity do you think Dr. Kamara met with the British Foreign Secretary?
I don't know. But what I'm saying to you, the British, the Hong Kongish, whatever they call them, whatever it is, has nothing to do with the legality that I'm holding on to here.
But Peter Conteh, are you not going to be seen as someone who wants to throw spanner in the works of your party?
Well, like I said, if somebody is looking at it from the perspective or the lens of what we call the some people, yes, you say this guy is throwing spanners. But if you look at it from the perspective of the disenfranchised, the people who thought they did everything. I sat down in PPRC. I saw all these people came in. You can tell they are feeling the pain of being disenfranchised again.
But some of them were in Makeni.
I don't know that, and you don't know that.
No, I know some who went to PPRC as petitioners, and later some withdrew or either accepted what PPRC gave as a ruling, and they went to Makeni.
I don't know, I didn't see any. But I'm just saying there are lots of people out there that believe what was done is not right. And even some of the people who were elected They are not bold enough to come out and say what happened was not right. But we have to do it right.
We have 3 months more to election. Today is the 21st or so. On the 24th of June, we are going to the polls. 3 months and 2 days from now, and you are still saying your party is still without the flag bearer. When are you going to hold your national delegates conference, have your flag bearer?
So you asked the question earlier about Dr. Samora. What I've been saying, may the best man win. Level the playing field. If he's the most popular, if we even hold or go back to conventions, he's still going to emerge the winner, correct? But what I'm saying, do it right. Do it right. You can't just look at an entire section of the country and say they're not part of us because they don't belong. This is Sierra Leone. Do it right. We fought to have new constitution, and we got the new one, the 2022 APC constitution. In that constitution, we said the national executive should be at least 30%, the composition, 30% women. What do we have? We have 6 or 7%, I think 7%, if you do the math. The rest were kicked out. There's a lady that ran for the deputy national chairman position. She has one of the most impressive resume, maybe more than all those candidates. She was not even encouraged because this is not the regular delegates that you can go and campaign to. You know, this was fixed. It's a coronation. They went in. This is number one. This is number two. This is.
So who do you think was behind, or we are behind, in your own was the coronation?
Well, I don't want to speculate. I just know the fight we're fighting is to allow others to gain access into the system. But we do have the old executive.
Led by who?
That just came back. Well, the old executive was led by the former president, of course. Of course. So those old people refuse to allow new life, new breed to come in.
So do you think he had a hand in the Makeni convention? His hands were in?
Well, his hands, I don't know if I can say that, but I know he was there.
Are you disappointed that the same people you fought against, the same people you took in court, some of them are almost now at the hem again? For example, the Minkailu Mansai, the Yansane and what have you, they are also now, the people have also voted for them now. Are you disappointed with that?
Well, I'm not disappointed because it's not legit. I'm not disappointed. But I know if we give the people the chance, they won't come back.
You said the people, those people who went to Makeni, the hall was jam-packed that there was no room to swing the cat.
Well, in a situation where you have close to 1,700 delegates, to fit them in a hall that can take maybe 1,000, of course, it's going to be jam-packed.
The movers and shakers of events of the APC were there.
Well, the movers and shakers of events, these are known people.
The mighty and low were also there.
So this is the thing. It's clear that you're saying that because most people never knew any other leader than one particular. So if you've been in charge of the affairs of a particular institution for decades, we're talking of 2 decades, obviously all the people, they don't know any about it.
Who are you referring to in this context?
No, we're talking of the movers and shakers you're referring to.
So you're referring to Anes Baikroma?
The movers and shakers you were referring to.
And Anes is one of those movers and shakers?
Well, he is.
So is the fight not between you and Anes, who represents the old guard, who epitomizes the old school, the old guard, those who are in charge?
No, I can never pick a fight with the former president, and by all indication, he's a powerful man. Very powerful. You know? We know what he's capable of doing. So I cannot pick a fight with him. I'm fighting for everybody. And I'm not fighting against anybody. I'm fighting for everybody.
One of your strongest allies, Honorable Ibrahim Bundu, also contested for a position in the party, and he lost, but I think he accepted the results.
Well, he's
one of your strongest men.
He hasn't said anything publicly.
Do you think he distanced himself from the I mean, the mere fact he took part in it, taking part in a particular convention like that, legitimizes it? Because if you know the process was illegal, why did you take part?
So let's explain all those people that you said, including the PRO you mentioned, even Suleimani Bune, and all these guys. It's not like they took part. They put their names.
Really?
Yes, hold on. They put their names in the ballot because
none
of them were there.
Bundu was here. He campaigned.
Hold on.
And he said he was going to Makeni to take part in the convention, and his name was on the ballot list.
He didn't go. Now, what I'm saying to you, none of them attended the convention.
Why?
Because we're injuncted.
But their names were on the ballot list.
So when you put somebody,
they said they were going to take part. So it's not news to me for you to say that they said they were not going to take part with their names.
So let me ask you now.
Ballot papers.
In a convention, you have to convince the delegates that you're better, that they should vote for you. In this convention, these guys were not there. So nobody convinced the delegates.
Was he not in Makeni?
No, he wasn't. That's why, in fact, he came last. He took last place.
So if he were there, he would have come first?
Well, he could have. He's a seasoned politician. You know, he could have probably convinced the delegates, but there's no way he could have won because it was a coronation. So he could have probably convinced the delegates to come in second place instead of last place.
When last did you meet at ITGC? When your secretary, Honorable Lukagbo, had handed over all the party activities to the newly elected executive members.
So once more he resigned, along with the legal rep, resigned, and other honorables resigned, basically the 12. At the end of the day, when you look at it, we're injuncted. So calling a meeting and all that is something that you have to look at the legality, what will happen. But I guarantee you, once we clear this injunction, and it is my hope that justice will prevail. This is pure. You cannot take me. I've been leading the party for 9 months, and so you're injuncted. And then you come up with a new set of people that don't even have the legitimacy and say, go and conduct a national delegates conference. So there's something here. We need answers, and I'm going to make sure we get those answers.
What legal foot are you standing on, or legal feet are you standing on?
Well, it's simple. We have a ruling, a final high court judgment. Now let me say you purchased a piece of property, a land, you build a house, and you try to put your septic tank in the main driveway of your neighbor, and that neighbor said no. And you guys went to court, and the judge told you you can't put it there because it's the access route to your neighbor's house. And later on, you go back to the same court, not even a higher court, the same court, to a different judge, and even hired somebody to represent your neighbor. Because that's what happened. The lawyers that went to the court and says they were representing all of us, including myself and the ITGC, we never sent them. This was all made. This is the biggest what do you call it, lie that has been told. So that's why I'm here. You're asking of legal footing. That's why.
So was the job misled?
Big time.
And she bought into that?
Well, I don't know if she bought into it. I don't know how she ended up giving what she gave. But at the end of the day, she wasn't properly briefed. I can guarantee you, because there's no way.
But judges just don't give ruling like that. I mean,
we have an unprecedented.
They are not briefed. They read a lot before they reach the particular judgment.
To be honest with you, Sierra Leone, down the road they will look at this case. Okay, a guy came, asked for an injunction. They gave the injunction. 2 hours after giving the injunction, they gave a variation to allow a particular set of people to proceed. So it's a lot of unanswered questions.
So is it a legal quagmire?
Big time.
What message do you have for your membership?
Well, I want the APC to know that we're in a very difficult time, and whatever is going on, we don't believe in the politics of lies. We have to speak the truth and win the elections hands down. But the way we're going, it's not going to help us. I'm looking to clear all legal pitfalls. if probably we don't get these questions answered now, there's a possibility that down the road somebody might sue the APC for exactly the same reasons. So before we go to convention, before we go to elections, let us clear all the legal impediments and make sure we have a clean slate and move on.
Thank you very much. Well, tomorrow we'll try to get someone from the National Executive to also respond to some of the allegations that have been made today.